Adele Roberts was diagnosed with bowel cancer in 2021, but says the signs were there long before. In her new autobiography, the DJ and Dancing on Ice star tells how she started suffering the first signs of the illness while starring in I'm a Celebrity in 2019. The seemingly fit and well Adele entered the Australian jungle alongside other famous contestants including GMB presenter Kate Garraway, reality star Caitlyn Jenner and DJ and presenter Roman Kemp. Unbeknownst to Adele, she already had bowel cancer, and she now realizes the first symptoms presented themselves while she was in the camp. In her new book Personal Best, From Rock Bottom to the Top of the World, Adele, 45, looks back at the signs that were there for everyone to witness as she appeared live on our TV screens every night the show was aired. At the time, Adele thought she was just suffering with the side effects of living in the jungle with rationed food. She was always tired, and was often the first to go to bed. She recalls how she would laugh with her campmates who would constantly tell her, "You look like you're dead when you're asleep." But she was abnormally fatigued. "I also used to find it very hard to stay awake once the sun had gone down. It was like my body would lose power with the light," she writes. She remembers one particular night that she was so cold she couldn't even stay up for their much-anticipated and needed evening meal. Opting for warmth over food, she put on every single piece of clothing she had, including her coat and boots, climbed into her sleeping bag and just shut down. This was when the other contestants became concerned, as did her partner Kate Holdness, who was back in the UK. "My campmates were so worried about me," she says. Kate, who was watching at home, knew there was something wrong too. "I would never go to bed without having my tea." She rang one of the producers to say she was worried. "They said I was just a bit cold and tried to put her mind at rest." However, the loss of appetite continued and Adele found she just couldn't eat despite the meager portions the celebrities had to survive on. "It hurt my tummy and I had no appetite anyway. I used to eat what I could and then give the rest to James Haskell. He bloody loved eating my food," she says. When the ITV show's medic Dr. Bob heard she wasn't eating, he was worried, so they secretly gave her nutrition shakes and weighed her regularly, but she continued to shed the pounds. Producers told her not to share her food with the others, but she couldn't face eating it. "I either wasn't interested or it hurt too much," she writes. Despite most campmates dreading the revolting eating trials, these became something of a lifeline for Adele, quite literally. "Luckily, I got to do a lot of eating challenges. For some reason, my appetite was better in the daytime, so, in a way, thank God for the turkey testicles and camel toes. I think they actually saved my life," she says. Adele's tumor was discovered at a hospital scan in September 2021. She asked her surgeon how long it had been there, and he said it had probably been growing for at least 10 years. "It scares me thinking about it now. I didn't know it at the time, but I was ill with bowel cancer," she says of her time in the reality show. "I originally thought that the first signs of my cancer started to show a couple of years after I'm a Celeb," she continues. "I was wrong. It was there for us all to see in the camp, but we didn't know, not even Dr. Bob, who works on the show to keep everyone safe." Adele fully recognizes that there was nothing Dr. Bob could have done because he didn't have a colonoscopy machine in his jungle hut or permission to touch my bum for that matter, and says she is absolutely not blaming anyone. However, she realizes that if she was aware of the symptoms of the disease in the first place, she could have asked for help earlier. This is the reason she wants everyone to be fully aware of the symptoms of bowel cancer so they can get the treatment they need as quickly as possible. She says, so just to reiterate, loss of appetite, a sore, bloated tummy, weight loss and fatigue. These are the classic symptoms of bowel cancer, and they were playing out on TV for all to see. I'm also even more grateful now that I was chucked off first. That might have saved my life too. I was dying and I didn't know it. Adele's book, Personal Best, From Rock Bottom to the Top of the World is available to buy today. Cancer Research UK lists the following as symptoms of bowel cancer to look out for: a change in your normal bowel habit, such as needing to go for a poo more often, or feeling like you haven't emptied your bowels properly. Bleeding from your bottom or blood in your poo. Losing weight when you haven't been trying to. A pain or lump in your tummy. Feeling a lot more tired than usual. Feeling breathless. Their website also states, remember, these symptoms can be caused by other conditions, not just cancer. But if you do have any of these symptoms or anything else that is not normal for you, go to see your GP. They can examine you and do further tests if necessary.